From that group chat, illicit information is sold freely.
From personal phone numbers, passport numbers, flight schedules, hotel room numbers to the management van's license plate numbers. Hello everyone, welcome back to Null Alexander. Today, Manda Sibronis and I are going to read Confessions from Netizens, meaning confessions from you guys, from the weirdest, dumbest, most disgusting, or whatever, all anonymously. Okay, before we get into the first story, I just want to give a disclaimer that I once again can't verify the truth of this story. So if you don't believe it, it's okay. But if you do believe it, that's also okay. Because our first confession today honestly makes me a bit nervous. Because this is actually something new and very, very shocking.
Hello, Null Alexander. Please keep my name and account anonymous, okay? I'm here to share something that I've been keeping to myself in my mind all this time.
I know, most likely after this I'm going to get completely bashed, and that's okay. I deserve to get that, but seriously, I just really need to let out this skill because it's starting to mess with my own mental health. Here, I want to confess my biggest sin as a human being. First of all, hello. I'm a woman, I'm 24 years old this year, and right now I'm living in Seoul because my mother is Korean while my father is Indonesian. And since middle school, I've been living with my mom in Seoul, in the Mapogu area. But every now and then, sometimes during campus holidays, I still like to go back to Jakarta to visit my dad's family. Well, since I'm fluent in Korean and understand the ins and outs of this city's traffic, my access to the Korean entertainment industry is much easier than it is for tourists. And that's where it all started. My downfall, Null Alexander. I got trapped and became a Sasaeng for Lee Hee-sung from Enhypen. My god, that name again. If I try to explain it logically, I'm a bit confused too, because at first I was just a regular fan, back before they debuted when they were still on Island. However, after they debuted, my feelings slowly turned into a pretty serious obsession.
Null Alexander. I have to admit, I ended up joining a secret group chat on KakaoTalk with local Sasaengs and people from inside the K-pop industry. What we call insiders here, Null Alexander. In that group chat, illicit information was freely traded. From personal phone numbers, passport numbers, flight schedules, hotel room numbers to license plates of cars, vans, and management vehicles. And because my mom is someone with quite a lot of connections and I get a pretty big allowance from my dad, I started buying information like that.
Null Alexander Bay.
It started from small things, like taking the same flight in business class, or waiting in the underground parking lot at the Hype building for hours just to see him walk toward his car. But in the Sasaeng world, Null Alexander, those feelings never last long. We are never satisfied, always wanting to get closer and even closer.
What? It's really scary, man. I can't even imagine being a Korean idol. It must be so scary because me personally,
I've also had someone stalk me in Bali for so annoying. When I got in the car, someone took a picture of my license plate, and when I went to the beach, someone was taking pictures of me. I just stayed quiet and got DMs like that. I don't know if it's considered stalking or not. But even at that point, I was already starting to feel really uncomfortable because he was also sending weird DMs. Some of my female friends, actually my longtime viewers who used to watch my streams back in 2025, already know this story because I was quite disturbed to the point where I stopped streaming for a while because of this. Okay, that's why I think idols have a strong mentality, because just experiencing a bit of what they go through already stressed me out and I couldn't handle it then. From 2023 to 2025, you could say that was probably the worst period. My obsession, Null Alexandra. I bought paparazzi photos and ended up spending more than 15 million won. 150 million rupiah. My God, in this economy. And if you've ever heard, there was a case of a stalker or Sasaeng sneaking into their dorm. Yes, I also did that in 2024, and even though it was difficult, some other Sasaengs also managed to do it. The methods are different. Some use bribery and some pretend to be delivery couriers. And I won't discuss the details here. And not only that, I also once rented a car and stayed with two other local Sasaengs to tail cars, vans, and high-end vehicles from the area all the way to their old dom in the area. I'm sorry, I censored it because I'm afraid it's a matter of privacy, and of course, I don't want to leak something that shouldn't be leaked. And the most messed up thing that still gives me chills when I remember it now is that I once recklessly went up to the floor where their dorm was. Just like I said earlier, I took advantage of the moment when a food courier was delivering an order to the dorm area. So I hid in the emergency stairwell for almost 3 hours.
Just to feel closer to my bias, Sung, I've been doing that for years.
Somehow, I never got caught. I knew when to run, and I always changed my outfit so my clothes wouldn't be recognized by security, hype, or their manager in the eyes of other fans on the X app or Instagram. Maybe I just look like an ordinary engine to other people, but actually, I'm much more disgusting. I'm even more guilty, and because of that, I want to apologize. Until finally this year, the news about him leaving the group came out, and honestly, I was really shocked the moment the news officially broke. I felt really scared. Noor Alexander. A sense of guilt I'd never felt before suddenly hit me, and I immediately locked myself in my room for several days. Noor Alexander. I felt extremely, deeply guilty. I felt like I played a part in his departure, regardless of whether it's true or not, whether the reason he left Enhypen was because of that issue or something else. From there, I became aware of the psychological pressure experienced by Song and also the other members for years, and maybe his fear every time he left the house and so on. You could say, I feel that a small part of it was caused by my own disgraceful actions. Null Alexander. I really feel that I and the other Sasaengs are a big reason why all this chaos could happen once again. Regardless of the real reason why he left, we also don't know. But this feeling of guilt can't leave me. Null Alexander. Honestly, I feel disgusted. I look at all the folders, thousands of my photos, candid video recordings, and some used items that I've collected in my room. And because of that, I feel sick to my stomach about myself. I realize how disgusting my stalking actions have been just because I justified them in the name of love. The longer and more often I attend therapy sessions, the more I realize that I was wrong. I was foolish. That wasn't love. It was a selfish obsession that ruined me and ruined other people's lives. Now I've deleted all my accounts. Dear, I've left all those kinds of groups and I'm currently undergoing psychological therapy sessions on the show to heal this obsessive mindset of mine, Null Alexander. And until today, no one knows. Neither my friends nor my family, no one knows about this problem. I've kept it all hidden. I can only hope that Xiong, or maybe now called Evan, can find peace and happiness out there. I'm truly sorry, especially coming from someone as messed up as me who once took away his freedom. I also want to apologize to my parents because their child has wasted their money.
Even though it's true that I'm pretty lucky because my family is financially well off, of course, I still shouldn't have done all of that.
Once again, I don't expect to be forgiven because I really deserve to be condemned. And once again, thank you so much. And I'm sorry to the other engineers, to Nud Alexander as well, and maybe to K-pop fans in general. This is actually crazy. This is really crazy. I don't know, maybe this girl is just making things up, like she's delusional, just wants to make an AU, or maybe a thread about herself, her stalker, Sung, and so on. I don't know how much truth there is to this story, but if this is really true, it's creepy, man. Aside from new jeans, what am I, really? I'm actually pretty unfamiliar with the K-pop world, but of course, I often hear about it from my kid, you guys, then my friends, my relatives about K-pop. In general, like BTS. 17, Enhypen, and so on. So, yeah, I get it, but what they send or date obviously can't be ignored, right? Yeah, I understand.
Like maybe some of you are thinking, okay, that's cool.
He repented, he wants to take responsibility, he wants to own up to what he's done, but at the same time, okay, he apologized, even though it's anonymous technically, but for the person themselves, which idol is being excessively idolized? That one? Like, I feel like mentally, physically, no, not physically, psychologically, he would feel like, wow, I can't live peacefully if it's like this.
And I think people who can be called Sasaengs or maybe stalkers like them, I don't know.
I'm not sure if they feel guilty, since you can see for yourself, this sender of mine is a Sasaeng. He even said that he only started to feel guilty after Sum left Enhypen. Which means if he hadn't left, maybe until today he would still be doing it. And absolutely that's not a good thing, right? If someone can only realize it after something bad has already happened. Yeah, just imagine now, the idol you like definitely has Sasaengs out there, maybe in Korea, and it's really bad, and we don't know to what extent. They can go as far as breaking into their place and taking pictures. Silently. Even if you pay close attention, earlier the Sasaeng said he started throwing away his used stuff. Where do you think he got that from? What does he even mean by used stuff? Is it like used tissues from eating? Is it like socks? Toothpicks? That's crazy, right? Where do they even get them from? This is also why parasocial behavior is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, because you guys need to realize that your idols, they are not your family. They're not family.
They're not friends that you actually know, right? If maybe you consider them as friends, and that's okay, I get it. But don't be too parasocial, guys. These are people you don't know. You don't know these people.
Maybe their thinking is also wrong. These Sasaengs think like, I know this person, I know them.
But what they know is only from behind the screen. Online, fans are shown a more personal side. We are not actually real friends. My God. But then again, I know this is going to be pointless. I'm saying this to Indonesians because none of you are Sasaengs. This is for Sasaengs who might live in Korea or people who are K-nets. But yeah, maybe I just want to rant. I want to share my perspective. Maybe the reason my rant is pretty long about this is because I can relate to.
Even though it's really far off.
Yeah, I'm not nearly that bad at all. But the day it happened to me, I really felt scared. To the point when I once told my viewers on stream that I was too scared to go outside because I felt like someone was watching me. The first time they sent me a photo of my car in my Instagram DMs, I was really shocked. After I blocked them, they suddenly sent me another picture at Sanur beach with my friend from a position where I had no idea where they were. And they always send those pictures at night before I went to sleep. So things like that could really disturb me. That was probably just one or a few people. But what about those who are being harassed by hundreds, maybe even thousands of people like this? All in all, I just hope he's doing fine. I hope this kind of thing slowly starts to disappear from K-pop culture and idol culture, and maybe from being a fan or whatever it is. Okay kid, before we continue, just so you know, I go live on eBay every day at 7:30 p.m. I also go live on this YouTube channel where I'll read confessions to you directly. And I'll also listen to confessions directly from my viewers. I have an odd reason for not wanting to marry a girl whose name starts with S. I've been in 3 relationships and all of them ended badly. And all the girls I dated back then, their names all started with S. Sonia, Sheila, Shafiq. Well, whatever, just let it be, 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 let it be. Sonia, Sheila, Shafiq. Consider it Null Alexander. S. Same as Signal. Null. Unlucky Null Alexander. Let me explain about Sonia, Null Alexander. Sonia cheated on me with my senior, Null Alexander, and I found out then. At that time, she forgot to log out of her Twitter account on my laptop. I saw her tweeting something like, If only the guy, I'd be so bold with this person when. And Sheila is also kind of a mess in my opinion. Now, about Sheila. Nool Alexander milta hai. She said she was on vacation in Bali with her family at that time. But it turned out she was actually clubbing at La Favela with a foreigner. Ah, foreigners, ah.
Don't know what La Favela is? La Favela is a club in Bali, guys. It's pretty wild from what I've heard. They say it's really lively.
I don't know, man. If I don't know something, I'm done for.
That was the last one, Shafira, right? Shafira hurt me most by leaving during my appendix surgery. Well, since then, I started to become skeptical. Zero luck with girls whose names start with S. Nool Alexander. Every time I meet someone like Shiska, Salma, or Savitri, anyone with an S, Nool Alexander. Yeah, I slowly backed away, like with this beautiful girl, Nool Alexander, who was totally my type. Smart, sweet, calm. But when she introduced herself as Salsa, I immediately said something. Well, my friends all say I'm being dramatic, Nool Alexander. But I really believe it's kind of like a curse, you know? Nool Alexander. What's worse is I even thought about changing my mom's name in my contacts to Mom, not S, because my mom's name also starts with S. We're also going to have fun together, we're going to play games together, watch movies together, and react to random things from Twitter, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and so on. And every Thursday, we also have the Doomsday Thursday session, where I'll be reading horror confessions and also listening to your horror stories. This upload is perfectly timed since tomorrow is Wednesday, which means there will be a live horror session. Anyway, don't forget to join me, Adan Manja. I'll be waiting for you there.
Hello, no. Please just call me by the initial A. So lately I've been really crazy about the scent of guys who smoke, no?
Interesting.
I don't know, no. Every time I see a guy smoking, no matter what he looks like,
Usually the oldest ones are around 40 or 50, but most of the time it's more often teenagers. But every time I smell the scent of cigarettes on their bodies, I feel like a cat in heat, no? My God. Honestly, I don't know how to get rid of this, no. I haven't done anything yet, but if you say it's because of period hormones, I don't think so. That's why I'm confused. Even when I see the guy at my regular dim sum place just smoking, I already get turned on and all flustered, wanting to jump his bones. You know what I mean?
I don't want to know what that means, but it doesn't seem good. No, is there really anyone else with a case like this? And what do you think I should do?
And you know what? No, my dad has a mixed boarding house that looks like a regular house, and one of the rooms is his own room. So when I stayed over, the lobby area smelled like cigarettes, and guys, no, because there were only 3 girls and 7 guys. So you know, the guys were dominant there. No, there was like a pheromone in the air, you know, and I just finished getting some rice, but I immediately lost my appetite because I got aroused. Can I see you as my cross? Repent, young woman, my God, repent, young woman. Yeah, alright, shit. I'm just confused about what to do. Thank you so much for reading my story. If you have any advice, what should I do? Just control yourself. Control yourself, boy. Do you know what makes humans different from animals? What? Don't say it's desire, right? No. Humans have desires, animals have desires too. But the answer is humans can control their desires, animals can't. Do you understand up to this point? Senderankian, why does it smell like cigarettes? What about motorcycle smoke? What about car smoke? What about factory smoke? Do you call those dirty too?
I'm not sure what to say, but you need to stay calm, man. You gotta keep yourself calm, okay? Don't act weird. Take it slow. If you feel like you smell smoke, just go inside right away. People, through big, okay? Especially in public places. This girl is crazy, Nool, but the sender didn't say if it's a girl or a guy, right? Crazy. Oh. It's the effect of period hormones. It's a girl. See, I'm not just guessing. You just don't listen. Alright then, my kids age 1 to 88. That's the end of today's episode. Thank you to all of you who watched from the beginning to the end. from the very beginning up to this point. And if that's you, could you please comment Korea? That way, I'll know who among you really supports my content. Don't forget to also send some hype for my latest video. And for those of you who haven't liked yet, don't forget, hit like first, subscribe to, turn on the notification bell as well, and also share this video. If you've done all that, thank you so much, guys. That's all, and see you in the next episode. Bye.